So in this video today, we are going to talk about the equation of a circle, and our objectives are to understand what the variables mean in the equation of a circle and to write the equation of a circle given the center and the radius. And we're also going to expand equations of circles. So first of all, I need you guys to go to an activating strategy that we have. It's a Desmos exploration about equations of a circle. So the teacher's going to give you guys the codes. My classes, you guys, we did Desmos the week before I left. So I had you guys all sign in, and Miss G can help you if you are having difficulty doing that. But you guys should go in there. The exploration activity is there. It should take you about 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back to me when you're done. Okay, so can you figure out what the different pieces of the equation represent? X minus h squared in y minus k squared equals r squared. What does the r represent, guys? Yep, it represents the radius, okay? So that's what r represents, is the radius. What does h represent? It's the x value of the center. And the k is the y value of the center. So if we were to pull those points from this equation over here, we've got 2 right and, what is that, 1 down. So this is our center right here. So the center is 2, negative 1. And our radius is, it looks like 1, right? Because this is 1 here. See that? 1 is there. Negative 1 is there. So yeah, our radius is 1. So if we were to write this equation, it would be x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1, because it's minus a minus 1, squared, and then 1 squared. So if we were to simplify that 1 squared, it would just be 1. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to derive the equation of a circle. So we're constructing a radius between h and k and x and y. So we're just going to draw a line here between h, k, and x and y. Let's see how straight a line I can actually create here. Maybe. It's not one to cooperate with me. Hang on just a second. I was trying to use a straight edge, but it's not going to work, so I'm just going to do it with freehand to the best of my ability. Pretty close. Close enough, okay? So that is a radius, right? So that's our radius. And then it says create a right triangle with the radius as the hypotenuse. So we're just going to create a right triangle from here. We're going to go down, over to the right and then down. That's a right triangle, right? Then it says find the coordinates for the point where the legs meet. So the x value of this point right here, and we're talking about this point right here, right, is x minus h, right? And then the y value would be y minus k. That is the points where they meet. And then it says label the length of the horizontal leg. The length of this horizontal leg would be what? X minus h, right? Whereas the length of the vertical leg would be y minus k. Okay? So using Pythagoras' theorem, we write an equation for r squared. So remember, this would then be a, and this would be b, and this would be c, right? So we would do x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that equals our r squared. And that's where the equation of the circle comes from. So now that we know what h and k are, we're going to pull them from here, and then we're going to plot this circle on that graph. Okay, so first of all, we're going to pull the opposite of what's there, because our equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's our equation. Okay, so anytime we pull a number, it's always going to be opposite of what's there. So because it's a minus, so this is going to be a 1, and that's going to be a negative 4. Okay, remember, we do a negative, it makes a positive. If we negate a positive, it's a negative. So then we're also going to pull our radius. So our radius is going to be the square root of 16. So that's going to be 4. So now we're going to plot those points. 1, negative 4, right here. And our radius is going to be 4, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do my best to draw a circle. It's probably not going to be perfect, but that's the best I can do. Good enough for our representation, okay? So let's do another one. So again, remember, this is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, okay? So once again, we're pulling the opposite of what's there. So we got a positive 6 and a negative 3. That's our center, and we're going to take the square root of the 9 because it's r squared, and so that's going to be 3. So here we're going to count 6 over and 3 down. So that's our center right there, and we're going to go 3 out from there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And again, do your best to draw the circle. Yeah, it's not the best, but you guys get the idea. Okay? All right, let's see if you guys can do this one. Oh, no, this one, we're now going to actually pull the equation from the circle. So what's our center? So our center here is right there, right? So that's negative 2, 4. And then what's our radius? 1, 2. Y'all see the radius is equal to 2. So we're going to now plug that into our equation again. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that equals r squared. Keeping in mind that this is h and that's k, right? Okay, so this is x minus a minus 2, which will be plus 2 squared, plus y minus 4 squared, and then we're going to take our 2 and we're going to square it. So if we write our equation in standard form, it's going to be x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 4. Okay, let's see if you guys can do this next one. So this is your you try, okay? And so it's a stop and jot. So what I'd like you guys to do is pull out your whiteboards and see if you can tell me what is the center, radius, and then write the equation for the circle. So let's just pause the video here. You guys work on this on your paper, then write the answer on the whiteboard, and let's just show it to the teacher. Okay? Pause here. All right. So this center is 2, negative 3. The radius is 1, 2, 3, 4. So our equation is going to be x minus 2 squared plus y plus 3, because it's minus to minus again, remember, and that's going to be 4 squared. So our actual equation is going to be x minus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 16. Okay? All right. So this next one, we have to find the center. So what I like to do when I have a drawing like this is I like to see if I can find the center point here, okay, and go across. Let's draw a diameter across here, okay, because we know that the radius is half the diameter, right? Not a very straight line, but you guys understand. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So that means if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's where my center is going to be. Again, I can count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same place up there. Okay, so that means our center is going to be at 4, negative 2, right? And our radius here is 6, right? So again, we're going to write x minus 4 squared plus y, whoops, great if I could write a y, right? Y, all right, y plus 2, because it's minus 2 squared, equals 6 squared. So our final equation is going to be x minus 4 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 36. That's the equation for our circle. So let's see if you guys can do this one. This is your you try 3. Go ahead and attempt this one on your own and then come back to me when you're done. So let's pause the video right here. All right, so if I count this, this is 8, so our radius is 8, and notice where our center is this time. Our center's at 0, 0. So this is going to be, this is our h and our k, right? So this is going to be x squared, because there's no h, plus y squared, because there's no k, equals 8 squared. So this is going to be x squared plus y squared equals 64. All right, so the next one, it says to expand the equation, okay? So if we're going to expand the equation, then what we're going to do is we're going to do x minus 6 times x minus 6, right? Now, there's a, you could do this with a box. So you could do the x minus 6 over here, right, like this. Do y'all remember this? And you're going to see a pattern pretty quick here. So let me show you what I mean. X times x is x squared. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Down here we got negative 6x as well. And then we multiply negative 6 times negative 6, that's 36. Okay, so this is our pattern, and I'm going to teach this to you guys. So basically what you do is you take this first term down here and you square it. Then you multiply these two terms by each other times 2. Notice that we have the same term here twice. So that's going to be negative 12x, right? So it's negative 6x times 2, which is negative 12x. And then we're going to square this term. Negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. Now we're going to do it with the other one as well. So again, we're going to square this first term, y squared. We're going to multiply the two terms together, 3 times y times 2. So that's going to be 6y. And then 3 times 3 is 9. And that's equal to 9. Now, again, you can use the box method if you want to, or FOIL. But if you memorize this pattern, square the first term, multiply the two terms together times 2 for the middle term, and then square the last term, then you're always going to get this right. Okay, so now what we want to do is simplify. So we have x squared minus 12x. We're going to combine these like terms, guys, these three like terms, okay? So then that's plus y squared plus 6y, and then we got 36 plus 9 is 47. That equals 9. So now your answer could typically appear two different ways here. So you could subtract the 9, which would give us 38. So this would be x squared minus 12x plus y squared plus 6y plus 38 equals 0. Or sometimes that 38 will be on the other side of the equal sign too. So it could also be x squared minus 12x plus y squared plus 6y equals negative 38, okay? Could appear either one of those ways, so it's a good thing to be aware of. So let's do, you guys go ahead and try the next one, and then come back to me when you're done. So pause the video here, and go ahead and do it. Next one, again, we're going to bring down our x, and we're going to square it. We're going to multiply the 5 times the x, and times 2, so that's going to be 10x, and then we're going to square the 5, that's 25. Do the same thing, bring down the y, square it. Multiply y times negative 3, that would make it be negative 3y times 2 is negative 6y, and then square the negative 3, so that would be 9, and that's equal to 36. So now we're going to combine our like terms again. X squared plus 10x, and we're going to combine all these constants, okay? So plus y squared minus 6y, 25 plus 9 is, what is that, 34, and that's equal to 36. I don't know why I put equals there, y'all. That's plus 34. Okay, so once again, we could subtract the 36 from both sides, so we could end up with x squared plus 10x plus y squared minus 6y is going to be minus 2 equals 0, or we can have that 2 on the other side of the equal sign. It could appear either way, okay? And then next week when we go over this, we're going to actually take this a step further, and we're going to figure out, when we have the equations, which one is how to basically take it from this form back to this form, okay? So that's what we're going to do next week. Which letters below describe the image of the circle? So let's figure out first what the center of the circle is down here. So looks to me like this is, again, our diameter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our radius is 4. So that looks to me like that's our center. So that is 2 over So our center, excuse me, is at 2 and then 5, right? And our radius is equal to 4, okay? So, looks like radius, center, 2, 5. So which letters below describe the image of the circle? We're going to choose all that apply, okay? There's going to be more than one here. So we know that. Now let's go ahead and see if we can make our equation of our circle here based on what we have. So that's going to be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 4 squared. So that would be equal to what? 16, right? Okay. So let's see if we can find some 16s over here. Not that one. Not that one. This one, x, it looks like G, right? So that's correct. It's minus 2, minus 5. Yes? Okay. So it's not A, it's not D. Okay. Okay, so then these others are the expanded version of what we have, right? So let's do this again. So we got x squared minus 4x, because we're doing negative 2x times 2, plus 4, plus y squared minus 10y plus 25, and that's equal to 16. Okay, so once again, we're going to combine our like terms here. So we're going to combine the 4 and the 25, so that would be 29, and that equals 16. So we're going to bring down the rest of our terms. X squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 10y plus 29. So then if we subtract the 16 from the 29, that would be 13, wouldn't it? Yep, if we subtract, let's see, if we subtract 16, yep, so then that would be x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 10y plus 13 equals 0. Okay, so we got, that's not right because it's got a negative 4x in our answer down here. And then the next one also has, this E has x squared, y squared, negative 4x. So we got x squared, y squared, negative 4x, negative 10y, yep, and a 13. Yep, this is the other answer then. And obviously the next one, F, doesn't have enough terms in it, right? Because it doesn't have a x to the first or a y to the first, okay? So those are our three answers, C, E, and G. C, E, and G.